So with the cost of golf equipment becoming more and more expensive, very often new clubs feel like they're out of reach. But in today's video, I've got a set of clubs from Stix Golf, the Nicholas Essentials set. So 10 clubs, driver, 3-wood, hybrid, 6 to pitching wedge, a 56 degree wedge, a putter, and a very, very tidy sandbag. Now, I have listened to your comments about my equipment testing, about maybe you don't all swing like me and hit like me. So I've got a new tester for some of my equipment this year. So keep watching. You may have seen him before, and he's going to give you some feedback on what he thinks and I think of this package set of golf clubs. So for some of you eagle-eyed viewers, Charlie will be testing some of my equipment going forward. A lot of your comments have been that you maybe don't swing at my speed, hit the ball like me. Now, Charlie's still incredibly new to it, been playing about a year. So not going to hit everything out the middle. Might get the odd poor one. But we're going to let him hit 7-iron, some shots with the 56, the hybrid, the 3-wood, the driver, and a few putts. And I'm going to give you some feedback on what I think of the clubs as he's hitting shots, but also he's going to give you some feedback as to how they look and feel compared to what he's currently using. So we've got 7-iron, let's get him hitting some shots and let's see how things are looking. And again, good distance on that one. I think the interesting thing for me, when I put the club down on the ground, I think it's a good looking club, not massive behind the golf ball, but it looks nice and forgiving, cavity back. And interestingly, it's just 6-iron to pitching wedge and 56 degrees. So again, didn't quite get that one. And we see a little bit flatter, but still reasonable carry for the miss hit. 127 yards, rolling out 163. Talk me through that one.
That was beautiful.
So compared to what you're currently using, Charlie, how do you think they kind of look as you put them down behind the ball?
Well, they're very different, because ones I've got are black.
Yeah, so you've got a black-headed set of irons that you started with, so these are a bit more traditional chrome. How do you think they kind of look size-wise? Pretty similar, or maybe a bit smaller, a bit bigger?
Pretty similar.
Okay. And when you hit the shots, how do they kind of feel for you?
Well, it depends how I hit it. If I hit it good, they feel really nice.
Yeah. And on the miss hit, how do they feel?
Not too bad, but if I thin it, it's a bit dangerous.
Okay. So not perfect, but again, still a good solid strike. And I would say maybe hit those, maybe a touch further
A little
than your current set?
Yeah.
Okay, so this isn't down to how good the clubs are, but even though Charlie's pretty new to it, he likes feeling that he can maybe draw it and fade it when he wants to.
Mm.
So go on, hit me a draw.
Oh, this is dangerous business. Oh, maybe not.
Okay, so again, not quite out the middle. So we see the height drop off a little bit, distance drop off a little bit, but you're still able to shape the ball if you wanted to with those. So let's go one more swing with 7-iron. Again, another little draw run. Nice.
Cool.
Now, to be fair there, compared to the warm-up, they were pretty good, weren't they?
Yeah.
There were some definite mixed ones in there. So definitely for me, I think feedback when I'm watching Charlie hit 7-iron there, I think definitely the good ones go a little bit further. Right, so that moves us into the 56 degree, which again, interestingly, even though these are cavity irons, this actually moves us into more of a bladed wedge. And again, when we look at the face, very traditional, good looking. Now, certainly for you, Charlie, let's hit a couple of full ones with this, but we do know you like, when you're on the course, to play a few of those little flop shots, so let's see how that club looks and feels with those. But a couple of full ones to begin with. So great strike, 73 feet, 70 yards carry, and stopping fairly quickly at 77 yards. And again, really nice, high, pretty similar distance, carrying 66, rolling out 71. Now, like we said, when I've been out on the course with you, you kind of do like to tell me how super impressive your flop shots can be. So I want you to just play a couple with those and just tell me, does that 56 degree you feel lend it to playing those shots? Yeah, so super high, super soft. That was a nice little shot.
Ooh.
Again, super high. Yeah, so we'd definitely say that's a club that you could still hit your flop shot with. Yeah. Right, so one of the things I love with this set is we'd definitely say for you 6-iron down, you're pretty comfortable, aren't you?
Yeah.
Not a big fan of your 5-iron. So the beauty is this set doesn't come 5-iron, so it goes from 6-iron to a 21 degree 4 hybrid. So again, I think it's a great looking club. Definitely looks like some of the bigger manufacturers, you know, kind of got that two-tone look on the top. I really like the Nicholas yellow dot on top. So let's hit a couple of 4 hybrids. Let's see what your distances are like with this and how forgiving this might be.
Oh, that's a bad first one.
Yes, so we've suddenly moved to a longer club. Definitely got a little bit of the ground first. Now there's a more solid one. A little bit cutty, maybe a bit heely with the strike, but decent height. Reasonable carry and a good rollout at 180. Now that's a really good strike. I know a little bit off to the left, but again, we can see really good height at nearly 70 feet, 172 carry and 191 total. Right, so this moves us into the 3-wood. So I think we could see there that the 2 really solid ones that we saw were fantastic results, but I think like a lot of golfers still very new to it, as the shaft of the club gets longer and the club gets less lofted, you maybe see that little bit of a drop off. Now this is the one I always find interesting. So a 3-wood, but this is actually 16 degrees. So a degree more than most 3-woods. But I think a lot of golfers really struggle with 3-woods. So this is where I think maybe at 16 degree it's giving guys a chance, but certainly if it was 15, I think most golfers are better with maybe a 5-wood. But historically, Charlie's been quite decent with 3-wood. So again, let's see how he goes. Yep, it's ripped it.
It's left. So
it's left. For 175 carry, 220 rollout. A little bit heavy, but nice and straight. 141 and 187. 165 carry and 175 total. So we've had a left one, we've had a straight one, we've had a right one. Let's go one more. Again, it's absolutely ripped. 186 carry and 213 total. And how do you feel there, like 3-wood? Because I know predominantly you are quite good with 3-wood. How do you feel that 3-wood is compared to what you're currently using?
Pretty similar again, but...
Yeah, but I think for me, it showed that the good ones really go well. But even the little bit of a miss hit still got out there a decent distance.
Yeah.
Right, so let's move up to driver. Right, so if you are enjoying today's video, I'd love it if you took a second just to click the subscribe button, like and share it, maybe even comment below. Let me know, are you enjoying Charlie testing products rather than me? Now, pricing on this set of clubs normally is $699, but Black Friday is coming up as I'm filming this video. Might be past it by the time you watch it, but they're actually offering 20% off. So it was down to $559, which for me, for a 10 club set with a great stand bag, is phenomenal value. That's a good strike. 185 carry, 202 total. And again, I think when you put the driver down behind the ball, like we saw with the 3-wood and the hybrid. That lovely little dark strip across the front, the back being a little bit lighter, and that Nicholas yellow dot on the top. Really good looking club. That's a better strike. 81 feet peak height, 204 carry, and 232 total. Oh, he's absolutely ripped it. 61 feet peak height, 207 carry, and 246 total. Now, I feel off the back of that, I should hit one with driver, shouldn't I? So, obviously, lots is made about custom fit nowadays, and I think it is important, but there's a very different price point attached. I think these are great value, really good looking. I think certainly from the testing we've seen with Charlie there, out the middle, they go a good distance. Now, the irons are a little bit stronger loft, so that's fine, but the woods perform really, really well. I'll hit one just to give you a bit of feedback. I think it feels great off the face. There's the little draw, 78 feet peak height, 238 carry, and 262 total. So Charlie's hit some really good shots there, but he's got a little bit to go to catch me. He's grimacing behind the camera. But, like I said there, 10 clubs in the set. I'm just going to have a little look. I'm not going to hit a putt with the putter, but it's a mallet-headed putter. I think it's really, really clean looking. Love the little line on top with the line continuing down the back of the club. I think it looks good. When we have hit a few putts, it's felt fantastic. But I really hope you've enjoyed today's review. Like I said, I wanted to try something different, get somebody a bit more kind of, not average golfer, because he doesn't like me calling him that, and there's already an average golfer on YouTube, but somebody that's a bit more relatable to you guys, testing the product. If you have enjoyed it, I'm definitely going to get Charlie to test some of the bigger brand stuff going early into next year, but we're going to go through some different things. Like I said, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, like it and share it, and subscribe like I asked earlier on, but hopefully see you all very soon.